I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen.
Welcome back to the Credit Gal Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm your host, Darbe Nokes, and I'm here with Greg Duncan, Special Ops Coast Guard Tactic Instructor, and we were just talking about our wonderful vets and how hard it is to return and enter society as a veteran. But I want to ask you, what programs are available, Greg, to assist and train the veterans in their financial education?
I'm going to say there's ongoing programs out there that we put out through our human resources and our yeomen, as we call them, or the equivalent for all the services, is to constantly have those things at home in order. Banking and financial is one of those things. If someone, and depending on if they're married or not married, so on and so forth, then it will go a different direction. But there's those that are ongoing, and as a service is, they constantly put those things out.
Okay.
Now, remember, the age group we're dealing with.
Yes.
For the most part.
Some are young.
Yeah, some are young. So, and as you had mentioned in a couple of the other segments, you're not getting a lot of that stuff at home anymore or in schools.
No.
You know, it's just not happening. So it's coming up on the workplace, and we recognize that from the leadership perspective. So we try to put those things back and educate them on ways that they're going to understand. It's a different language sometimes.
Sure.
And then when they do their service and they're ready to get out, we then hit them with some of our TAPS programs, which is a transitional type program. All the services have them, where they then, they're programs to start talking about jobs and your next move and college and educational benefits, banking, mortgages, all those types of things that you're going to need to start transitioning on. And all of those experts or subject matter experts, which are you three sitting in this room here, four, are there in those meetings that they are required to go to
educate them on when they come back. And you know, I work with a gentleman in my business with Financial Education Services. He's a first ranger in the Army.
Yep.
He was there for 21 years. He's a vice president in my business, and he's in South Carolina. And he actually helps a lot because there are people that, you know, are retired military. He's retired. He's been to Somalia and Desert Storm and also Egypt, so he served his country in a big way.
Sure.
And you know, there are people that come back and that have been affected. You know, what is the
PSTD,
and things of that nature, where you know, holding down a regular
PTSD.
job can be more difficult. And obviously, we offer opportunities in education and finance and protecting your family and your future, and we offer that education. But what programs or what projects are you working on after your retirement now?
Well, it's like you're saying, it's PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yeah, which is a diagnosis that happens, and you can live. And there's a lot of things that folks are doing with that to understand it, and then to move out from there. So there's a lot of new stuff being developed because it's a new era. We're getting smarter in the medical sides of things.
Good.
And we'll continue to do that. And there's tons of programs out there. One of them, we're talking about transitions, and one of the organizations I belong to, which equates to what I'm doing today, which is VFT, Veterans of Film and TV.
Okay.
Another group that's been around for just a couple years now. Another type of group that has come together going, you know, the veterans that come off from all the services doing anything from ranger stuff to yeoman stuff to anything, there are skill sets that come in that equate to the business side, including the entertainment side as well.
Absolutely.
Actors, producers, and stuff. And oh, by the way, what you also get are phenomenal, organized, committed, loyal.
Oh my gosh.
Come to work.
Skill set, mindset.
It blows the doors off of what you get. And oh, by the way, they're talented.
Yes. Extremely committed.
Extremely committed. So we're talking about assets, bringing those types of folks to the team. VFT is one of those the groups that's new, that's helping segue or bridge that to the entertainment industry and all of those segments I just mentioned, from actors, producers, directors, creators, writers, everything. As we're talking.
You know, I mean, you know, anybody come to me if they want to work with me and for me regarding credit restoration and personal finance. I will hire them any day.
The organization you're with is, like I said, you should be at one of the TAP programs, and get you in touch with, you know, the big feeders that's required to do that, because it is something. Credit is, you know, something my dad said a long time ago. This country's coming to a couple things, and one of them is your credit. Manage your credit.
It's your vital sign. It's your vital sign. It is your vital sign. Well, before we get off, I know that you're working on a candidacy for Jim McDonald.
Yeah. It is. Jim is a friend, colleague I've worked with over the couple years within the law enforcement realm, and mine is, of course, the federal side with the Coast Guard. And Jim is now currently the chief of police in Long Beach, and is the best candidate. It's just unequivocal. I'm not a politician, but when he and I sat and talked about his strategy and what he's going to do, and being that change mechanism, that's where he comes from. It's an automatic based on the folks that are out there running. So Jim is I'm helping him where I can. I wanted to put a plug in there from him and his 33 years of experience within law enforcement. As I mentioned, the current only chief of police right now running. He's knows about change. He's a change mechanism. Huge into partnerships. Huge into community. And he is I would think make a fabulous sheriff of Los Angeles.
Oh, well, great. Well, he's got my vote.
Good.
You sold me. You sold me. Well, it's been a great, great show. And I want to thank Patty and Sue and Greg. Sandy. That is what I meant. And Greg.
Thank you very
lots
much.
Lots of education. We are on the hometown station AM 1220 KHTS. Have a wonderful afternoon. Be safe out there. And we will talk to you next week. Thank you.
A different city every night. I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire. Sing it. When I'm a billionaire. I wanna be a billionaire.